guys, it's me, Danielle Danny Buttons, and I'm so excited for today's video. It is a tag video. It is a tag I have created, and it is about the Olympics. I am obsessed with the Olympics. I love them. I watch a ton of them. I have been known to take all of my electronic devices and stream different sports all at the same time. And the Summer Olympics are about to be upon us. They start on July 23rd, and I cannot wait. The Summer Olympics are my favorite of the two. Winter are great, summer are a little bit better in my opinion. So I've come up with 12 different questions all about the Olympics and about coloring. You'll see what I mean in just one second, but I'm so excited to bring this tag to you and to see everybody else's answers as the tag rolls along. So number one is opening ceremony, which is basically what country are you rooting for? So I'm rooting for the United States, woohoo! The coloring community is so big though, I can't wait to see what other countries people are from. So that's an exciting one. And more specifically, I'm in New Jersey, if that means anything to anybody. I don't know. I've been trying to look up to see what Olympians we have, and I think we have a few, but I'll have to look into that as we get closer. Number two is diving. Okay, so what book made you dive into adult coloring? So what started your journey? And if you've been around my channel for a while, you might know my answer, but it also might surprise you. I did jump on the Johanna Basford bandwagon when those books were first coming out. I think I got the water one first. No, I got the one with the frog. So I guess that's Enchanted Forest. But I didn't like it. So I actually didn't color for like an extra year after that until I got this book, which I will show you. This is Color the 90s. I don't know who it is by. Let's see. There is a name in here somewhere. But Outrageous Katie. So this book was like my jumping off point because I realized that there was adult coloring books that weren't just tiny, tiny, tiny little details. So, and this book I also let myself just color whatever I wanted. So if I only wanted to color in the words, that's all I colored. Also, I use scented markers, and this book still smells super delicious, and that's really exciting. So this is the book that I dove in on, so that's my diving question. Color the 90s. Okay, I'm just gonna throw them on the floor. Oh boy. Number three is gymnastics. So what book would you flip to get? So this is basically like what is the number one wish list item that you have. So I actually have a picture of mine. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know why. I am desperate for this book. This is When Dragons Dream by Anastasia L.A. Koldareva. And I want this book so bad, and I've wanted it for years. And I have only found it on Etsy. And it would be like probably $60 to get to me. So I have not pulled the trigger, but I think it's so gorgeous. And I've seen some of her work, Anastasia Koldareva, in Coloring Heaven magazines, but I really want this specific dragon book. So I don't have anything by her, and I would love that book one day. So I would do flips to get that book. Number four is tennis. So what did you go back and forth on before finally caving? So this could be an artist, this could be a supply. What did you like need a while to decide? And my answer for this is Carla Magana books. Basically, I have seen her all over for years in the coloring community, and I was never sure. I, in general, am very particular about my characters, my ladies, I guess, and I don't like a lot of them, even though I think they're beautiful when other people do them. I personally am not the biggest fan of myself coloring them. So Carla was one of those people for me that I was always like, I'm not really sure. I don't know. And for years and years, I said, no, until finally I got one and I love it. So I already have a second one, but I've done 2 pages in here, which I might as well show you. And I just think they're so cool. And for whatever reason, her style just makes you want to be creative and crazy and fun. So I drew on all of the leopard print, and I drew on these big flashes and things like that. And I made the gold jewelry, and whatever it is, it just, for me, makes me super creative. So I'm very glad that I finally got the game point there and went for Carla's books. But I was very back and forth for a long, long time. Number 5 is wrestling. So this is one trend that you can't get behind. So there's lots of trends going around in the coloring community. I feel like once somebody comes up with something, we all do it in our own way. So what's something that you see going around and you don't think you're going to do? I would like to preface this that I do tend to be a trend follower. So I'm going to say I don't want to do it right now, but I'm not going to say never, because I do like trying things out. I don't know. All right. So basically, the trend that I cannot get behind is shading color by number books. For me, color by number is just like the easiest form of coloring. It's just straight coloring, quick and beautiful results. So I personally don't see myself taking the time to shade, but some people have been coming up with like mind-blowingly gorgeous color by number pages. So I will not say never, but for now, that's what I am wrestling with. I do not want to shade my color by numbers. Number 6 is the marathon. So what page took you the longest to do? I am not sure if this was actually the winner, but I think it is. So this is Disney Vitro. Obviously, I'm never going to get this big boy on screen, but this page took me like 4 solid days, and I don't take long times. I do so many color by numbers that usually everything is quick and easy, but it was this Donald and Daisy page, and if you're seeing this, this isn't even spectacular. Like, I don't need to be tooting my own horn here, but I did this all with Prismacolors, and I did this all with like my blender pencil. Again, it's not even the best thing in the world. I'm pretty sure I just used one color per segment and I just blended the heck out of it. But I worked on this for days. It was my first page in this book, and I was like so desperate for it to be beautiful. So I'm pretty sure this is the longest. There's definitely been pages that have taken longer to do because I'll do like 10 minutes and then not come back for 3 months. But I think physically sit down time, this had to have been the longest page for me. So you're actually going to see this book later. Hint, hint. But I have to be careful closing it because it will hit my monopod. It is so massive. Hold on, let me get this in the right order. Okay, I have a whole big stack next to me for later. Number 7 is basketball. What artist is a slam dunk for you? So what artist are you just going to buy their books the second you see it released? And for me, it's Camellia Angelkova. So I picked this one because I think this came out 2 days ago, and I already have it and colored it and did a flip and all that fun stuff. I ordered it like the second I saw it. This is 50 Jungle Miniatures. I'll show you right now. Here's a sneak peek for the end of the month. I already did the opening page, but I love specifically her miniature series, but basically everything she does. And I think from now on, she's gonna basically be an auto-buy artist for me. So that's really exciting. I love her style. Okay, next up is number 8, surfing. So if you've been following the Olympics, surfing was just added for 2020. So for my question to you is, what is one of your newest finds? So again, this can be a supply or an artist or a book or whatever. What is one of the newest things in your coloring journey? And I ended up picking Coco Wyo. So this is Outer Space coloring book by Coco Wyo. I'm just going to open it to a page because it's very bright and glary. So I have seen their Time to Travel Baby Animal series, but that was all I had ever seen from them. And I hadn't seen anyone else with that before I bought it, you know what I'm saying? So that was really new. But now it seems like they're pumping out tons of new books, including this one. And I'm very excited to see what they come out with and to grow my Coco Wyo collection. So they are my surfing category. Number 9, Synchronized Swimming. Show me your favorite buddy color you've ever done. So I'm going to show you a page from Kawaii Girls Grayscale by Jade Summer. This was actually really hard for me because like buddy coloring is so much fun, and I put my best effort forward for any buddy colors I do, but I was looking through my Instagram to find one that really stuck out, and I found this one. So I actually did this page with Michaela, who is Michaela Renee on YouTube, and I like bought this book to do this page. So this kind of had to be my answer. And this is when I decided to use stickles in this book. So every page I've done since, I've used stickles, and stickles just make everything better. And I'm so sad that I hadn't been using them more. And also I really started working with my white gel pen in here, which now has become a staple in my coloring. So I really credit this page with like evolving my coloring in general, and I just really love it. I love these little jellyfish, so I think that has to be my favorite buddy color. Okay, number 10 is soccer or football, wherever you're from, but soccer is goal. Hello, goal. So what is a goal you have for the end of the year? I know I just put out a mid-year goal video, but if you haven't, maybe you can tell us a goal. And the goal I wanted to go with is to finish more books. I really would love to focus on actually completing entire books. I'm going to put my goal at 5 for the rest of the year. I don't know if that's way too little or way too many. My goal for July specifically is 2, so we'll have to see. 1 a month, we got to get rolling. I'm looking forward to it because I have just so much new stuff that I would love to actually finish some books off. So that is a big goal of mine. Okay, number 11. This is the big one. I saved it for last, so we'll see. Number 11 is Decathlon. So I want you to show me your 10 favorite books. I decided to ask for 10 because a lot of us will be like, what's your favorite? And we can't decide and we can't commit. And 1 is too few. So we always cheat and say 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So I'm just asking for all 10. So I have a stack of 10. As a challenge, as a viewer, if you so choose, I would recommend pausing and trying to guess how many of these 10 you can guess. I'm pretty sure some of them are super obvious. So I'll let you pause if you want to do that. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, so 1 you should know off the bat is Vitro. I love this book. I just think it's gorgeous. Will I ever finish it? I have no idea, but I would love to, and I just love to hold it and pet it and look at the pages. And it is so big and massive and hardcover and fancy. So I love it, and I love Vitro too. But I decided for my list to only put 1 from each like category, I guess. So if you guessed Vitro 2 and Vitro 1, you are incorrect. But let's see what's next. Similarly, I only picked the first one. Obviously, Yippee Kawaii Mandala Magic, obviously, by Danny Banani. This is an Etsy book, and I am obsessed. And there is a volume 2, and I really need to get back into coloring from these books. It's been a little while, but I am more than halfway done with volume 1, and I love it. And I can't wait for more coloring stuff to come out of Danny Banani's mind. She actually just started releasing stickers of the mandalas colored in, which is super cool, and I really need to place an order soon. I just love her stuff so much. So yippee kawaii. I'm sure this one is not a surprise. Number 3 is 50 Ocean Miniatures by Camelia Angelkova. I already mentioned I am obsessed with the miniature series, but I decided that Ocean might be my favorite. I love ocean critters, and that's really what it came down to. I really do love this whole series, but some of these guys in here are just my favorite things overall. So they had to be my favorite miniature book. But if she keeps coming out with them, I'm going to keep buying them as quickly as I physically can. So there's that. Similarly, Camelia does get 2 in my favorites. Number 2 is 101 Unique Mandalas. This book is my first Camelia book, my first ever mandala book, and like really a jumping off point to a lot of other things. So I think I did my first ever one. Maybe I didn't do the first page first, so I'm not gonna know how to find it. I was gonna see, because I do sometimes actually write down I might have gotten this in 2019. I think this was my first ever one. And I love experimenting in here. Look at that pointillism one, that's fun. And this one just has so many different types of mandalas that it's really awesome, because it really gave me a taste of what mandalas were, what styles are out there, what other books I needed from her, etc., etc. And I love it. So I have more done in the 100 Beautiful, but this was definitely like the jumping off point. So I have to give it a lot of credit and pick it as one of my 10 favorites. And again, 101 unique mandalas. Is this one a surprise? I don't know. Chibi Girls Grayscale 2-in-1 by Jade Summer. This one I love because so many of these pages have been buddy colors with a lot of different friends, and that's really awesome. It's like a weirdly unifying book. They no longer sell it as a 2-in-1, but they do have it as a 4-in-1. So I just really like it. And I just think that these pages always tend to come out super cute no matter how much I try to mangle them. So I still have a lot to do in volume 1 of this little combo. If you were watching me flip, a lot more are done in the second half, but I'm looking forward to it and I can't wait to see what else happens. And I think the reason I don't have as many done in volume 1 is because I used to have just volume 1 by itself, and I had done like 5 or 6 pages in that before getting the bind up. Like this page I've already done in the past, so we'll get there eventually. Chibi Girls by Jade Summer. Next, I'm so sorry. I hate showing this because you can't get it, but I love showing this because it's my favorite book, and that is Sagoroc Sagner by Emily Leadhall Oberg. I also would do some fancy gymnastics for her to come out with some new stuff, or just really re-release this so other people can get it. But I'm obsessed with this book. I love it so much, and I'm so terrified of it. Like, I just want to make pretty artwork in here. So one day I will work in this more. I've been trying to work front to back because there are more birds in here than I would like. So instead of avoiding them, I'm just trying to go in order, but we'll see. I have to go slow because I need to wait until she's ready to release another one, and she has no plans with that, so, you know. Okay, next up is a Hannah Lynn book. I love Hannah Lynn. She's probably one of my favorite artists, but to pick from all of hers, I ended up picking the Christmas book. Luckily, this one has doubles because I have almost every single one done in here, at least the first copy. Of course, I'm not going to flip to any of them, but Hannah Lynn will always be a fave, and she's also an auto buy. So what was that for? Slam Dunk Basketball is also Hannah Lynn. So there we go. Then I had to put not only some color by number, but some Disney in here, and this is Grand Classiques Tomb 2. This one is definitely my favorite out of all of them, and I just love the bold backgrounds. I love how realistic they look compared to the real character. You can see like my evolution over time. This is with color pencils, and this is with markers. I love the look with markers, and this is one of my favorite pages ever in this whole series. So, Les Grand Classiques Tomb 2. And another favorite, of course, that's what the whole category is. Hello, Danielle, is Romantic Country by Erie. This is the original one, and I have tons done in here and would love to one day finish this whole book. A lot of this is not what my normal style would be now. Like, I would never buy a scenery book now, but I love having this one, and I just think that a lot of beautiful pages get made in these books, so I'm glad that I have it. And then for number 10, I kind of had to cheat, and you'll see. So this is Color Quest Animals, and my favorite would probably be the first original Color Quest, but if you saw, I recently just finished that book. So it is probably still my favorite, but I decided to show a book I'm not yet done with. I actually do have a good amount done in here. Again, we're never going to flip to any of it, but this is going to be my next priority. I just love these. I love how big they are. I love how long they take, and I just think they're so much fun. So I really love the Color Quest series. I haven't tried the new ones because they're back to normal size, so we'll see if I try those, but I think the Colossal one coming out in August is going to be this size again. So there's that. Okay, our final question. I hope you made it through all of those, and I would love to know how many you got right. If you didn't comment before and like pause, let me know how many you guessed right anyway in a comment down below. Number 12, the final question, is the closing ceremonies, and I thought it was only fitting that this would be when we pass the torch and tag the next people. So I wanted to tag a variety of people, but I chickened out and I didn't want to get anything wrong. So I've tagged 3 people from 3 different countries, and hopefully we can spread out like that and keep the love going worldwide, which is so cool that there are colorists on here from all over the world. So I tagged, for my fellow American, Jamie from Jamie's Coloring Love, and I would love to tag Penny from Pebbles Adult Coloring, And I would love to tag Sonia from Sonia's Mixed Media. So I have a lot of countries represented, and I would love to see who you girls tag, and hopefully you'll get to do this and that you'll enjoy it. And of course, if I didn't tag you, that doesn't mean you can't do the tag. Feel free, just make sure to let me know so I can watch, or link me in your video so people can see where it came from. I'm gonna have everything listed down below, all of like the categories and questions. And yes, I'm so excited. I hope you enjoyed this. This was so much fun to make. I was actually thinking of all the questions, going through all the sports, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'm ready to film. And then I was like, wait a second, I actually have to answer all these questions too. So that took an extra little bit of time to figure out what my answers were. So there we go, all 12 questions. If you made it to the end and feel like commenting, let me know what sport you were most looking forward to watching. If you don't watch anything, tell me why not. No, I don't know. Tell me what sport, like if you had to, what you'd watch. Like maybe what sport your country is best at, or just anything. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, making it to the end. I'll be back in 2 days with something different. And that's all, folks. Bye, guys.